Hello, beautiful people. I have not located my original video, so I'm just gonna make one. Okay, so it's no big deal. I'll just make one. So hold tight. Let me just say this before I get started. There are a couple of different ways that you can do this, but either way, I do them two different ways. It just kind of depends. Um, the width and the length depend on the size that you want it. So you can make it as size as a lapel pin, or you can make it big, like the size of your head. It just depends on what you're using it for. So I know that this um, is gonna be probably placed on a dress, several of them, and you want them to be pretty big. So I would probably do 3 or 4 inches wide, and let's see how let's see what length we need to get that real big one, because I haven't made a really big one in a while. So they're usually request to go on a dress like that. So let me see how long this one is gonna be, and I'll let you know. Okay, let's go. So this is some extra fabric that I have. It's best to use woven, but you can use pretty much any type of fabric. Just know if you want it to stand up, like the large one that we are referring to, you want a thicker fabric, or you want to make sure that you put some interfacing in it so it'll be thicker. So this is kind of a velvety type fabric, and this is how I normally do mine. The way that I'm going to do this one is the way that I normally do it, okay? So this is what we're using. Okay, because I am using this scrap fabric, I'm making several, and I'm going to have to, several strips, and I'm going to have to sew them together. Okay, I just measured it, and it is a little over 100, not yards. It's a little over 100 inches, about 105. Okay, so you'll have some kind of idea how long this one is. And it's about 4 inches, but I'm gonna fold it in half. So it is 4 inches flat. So if you want it wider than what you will see at the end, then you just make yours wider. But I cut 4 inches wide, and it's gonna be about 105 inches long. Okay, let's go. Okay, if you are using scrap and you need to put these together, this is where we're gonna start, by putting them all together. So you'll put them all together till you get them all together. So you'll have one continuous strip, okay? Okay, once they're all together, I'm gonna sew right sides together. So I'm just gonna fold it so I can have one long tube, okay? Now you want to turn right sides out. You can get a pen and do this, or just, I mean, if the hole is big enough, you could just turn it like this. That's what I normally do if it's big enough. I have turners and all of that type of stuff, but sometimes I just do it like this. Okay, so turn it right side out. Okay, now we're gonna put it together. I'm gonna take some of this thread, and I like using this needle right here. So I'm gonna put, and this is the only one that I can locate right this moment, but I will normally thread about 3 or 4 of these things. so I don't have to stop and rethread and get started again. So I'm going to thread this and then we'll get started. I'm going to change, we're going to put this on here. That way I don't have to worry about my thread getting tangled. I'm going to use this thread right here. Okay. Okay, so I do not close either end. When I first get started, I want to turn this end down, fold it in, and so it's like that. And that's going to be the center. Just going to hold that tight, and we're going to stitch so this part doesn't come apart. So now all I'm doing is just tying a knot, or tying a few knots right here to hold that part together. Okay, so that's the center right there. Okay, this is the invisible thread here. And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to go around. And then I'm going to twist it, kind of straighten it out a little bit, but I'm going to twist it and go around. And so every so often I'm going to stitch. I'm not going to stitch every time I go around, every time I make a twist, but I'll put a stitch in there. See, it's already beginning to look like a flower, right? So I'm putting all of my stitches at the bottom. And you can either, once you finish, you can either put a brooch, make this into a brooch, or you can actually sew it to the garment itself. So every so often, like I said, I'm going to grab a little bit of the fabric and pull it through. Okay, so I have a little bit left to go. So just keep turning it and stitching it in place. And this is my hand. So it's as big as my hand. Y'all let me know if there's anything else I can help y'all with. Have a blessed day. Okay, just so y'all can see it, I know I put my hand in front of it. You don't really know how big my hand is. So here it is. And like I said, if you want these to be, wider, this is 4 inches. So just cut 6 or 8 inches. I've done them large like that, but I'm just using scrap fabric. And the purpose of this video is just to show you how it's done. The length, however, 105 inches. Just keep that in mind. 4 inches wide, 105 inches long. So just kind of give you a ballpark. The main thing is the method on how to do it. So it doesn't matter how wide or how long it is, just so long as you got the method down.